Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my October TBR. I'm actually filming this on the 1st of October, and yesterday I saw a ton of TBR videos going up and I was like, oh my gosh, October is tomorrow and I didn't plan a TBR. I'm not participating in any readathons and I don't know how that's going to work out for me. Before hopping into it, I just wanted to introduce myself. If you're new here, hi, my name is Emily. This is actually my second channel. My main channel focuses on beauty and project planning content, and on this channel is me sharing all of my other interests and making other content that I like to watch. I like to make content that I enjoy. So bookish content, it seems to be the main theme, especially lately, because I have reignited my passion for reading over the last few months, but I also share content relating to my very first vegetable garden at our new house. We've lived here for 10 months now, but I was gardening for the first time this year. I don't know where I'm going with that. And also the occasional like motherhood related content, clean with me's, family vlog every once in a while. So if that's something that interests you, then I would love it if you would subscribe. But all that rambling aside, let's chat about what books I want to read in the month of October. So, like I mentioned in my intro, October snuck up on me. I was so focused on my September TBR, which I can link in the cards above, where I participated in Bookopoly as well as the Magical Readathon, and I had a very mapped out, clear TBR. And then October's here, so I don't know what I'm going to read. I do really well, apparently, with readathons, and I wish I had one I wanted to join for October. I know there's a ton going on, but none from some of my favorite booktubers, and I just feel like my motivation wouldn't be there if I didn't really know who the hosts or co-hosts were. So I had a look through my shelves and refreshed on my goals I wanted to reach by the end of the year. So let's chat about those for a second. Obviously, October is spooky season, so I want to read some more thrillers. I actually read a couple, I almost said quite a few, a couple mystery and thriller books last month and want to carry that on into October. So I do have a few of those. And I also want to be completing series before the end of the year. So there's quite a lot of sequels. And somehow, like, all of my library holds that have been, some of them for months and months, finally came in pretty much all at once. And I tend to prioritize library books because I want to read them and return them so that another person has the opportunity to read it. So before hopping into the library books, I did want to share the two books I did not complete off of my September TBR. So I'm currently 100 pages in out of a little over 300 into The Perfect Mother by Amy Malloy. This is a thriller and you're following a mommy group in Brooklyn, New York. They all gave birth to their children in the month of May, and it is a couple weeks following that. Like, they got together and became friends when they were all pregnant, and then keep on with the mommy play dates and all of that after their babies were born. But one of the women's children is taken. So that's the premise of this book. I have spoken about how I have parental anxiety on this channel before, and when I picked this up, I then had to set it down again for a day and a half because it was so anxiety inducing for me. But I'm feeling a little bit better now that I'm 125 pages in. So I do want to finish this in the month of October. And then I did not get to The Royal Assassin by Robin Hobb in the month of September. This is a 700-page chunky book with small text in this ugly mass market paperback copy that I have. And I do want to get to this in October as well. I've been putting off continuing the series and I don't know why. And again, a focus, there's going to be a lot of series on this TBR. This TBR, if you saw my thumbnail, is absolutely massive. There is zero chance I'm going to read all of these books, but because I didn't have a planned TBR, I just like scoured my shelves and gathered up my library books of potential reads. So I'll be choosing my reads from these books, if that makes sense. But I do want to make these two books a priority because I didn't get to them in the month of September. And now let's chat about the books I have out from the library. First, this needs to go back pretty soon and I haven't started it yet. It's How to Talk So Little Kids Will Listen. It's a nonfiction. I have been trying to do more of a gentle parenting method with my 3 boys, and this book was recommended to me. I think I'm just going to start it and read like a chapter or so a day and try and get this done so I can return it to the library. There's so many books here and they're not really, well, they're in the order of when I got them. So that one I've had on my shelves for actually quite a while. And same with Plain Bad Heroines by Emily M. Danforth. I got this from the library quite a while ago, but couldn't fit it on to my September TBR. I got this out in August, and it's definitely perfect for spooky season. And actually Stephanie from Stephanie's Bookverse has this as her like community chosen book. She's going to read it and do a vlog. It was like a voted on thing for on her channel and her Instagram, which is really fun. So I'm going to read this as well, but I originally got it because it was one of Steph's Bookish World's book club picks, but I just didn't get to it. The sun went behind a cloud and now I'm looking kind of blue. I don't really know what genre this is. Like, is this a thriller? It doesn't have like the thriller sticker from my library, but I know that we're following the story from 1902 and it's a boarding school and some really weird, creepy things are happening in 1902. The private school gets shut down, right? And then over a century later, the now abandoned and crumbling Brookhampton is back in the news because they wanted to film a movie or something there, and then the same weird, creepy things start happening. Overall, I just heard that this is creepy and that it has good LGBTQ plus rep in it, and it's pretty big, but I am excited to get to it. Oh, it's just a little over 600 pages. See, this kind of makes me wish books were more like standard sized, if that makes sense. Because this book is 700 pages and this book is just a little over 600. Anyways, then I still have out The Turn of the Key by Ruth Ware. I ended up reading Home Before Dark for my readathons in September and not this one. In this, we're following a woman hired to be a nanny to these children, and the family lives in a smart house and a bunch of crazy things happen. What she doesn't know is that she's stepping into a nightmare, one that will end with a child dead and herself in prison awaiting trial for murder. And see, this does have the like thriller mystery stamp on it. So that's why I was unsure on the genre of Plain Bad Heroines, but both sound spooky, both I'm excited to get to. And then I was on the wait list for many months for Cress by Marissa Meyer. This is the 3rd book in the Cinder series. What is the series actually called? The Lunar Chronicles, duh. And I guess this is following Rapunzel, and I liked Cinder enough. It was like a 3-star, but I really enjoyed Scarlet. So this is the oldest series, the series that I have been stuck in the middle of for the longest, and I would just like to finish it this year. This is another pretty big book, 550 pages, but again, it just looks massive. But I do want to get to this and just cross it off of my list. Another one I was on the wait list for a long time, Beach Read by Emily Henry. And I wanted to read this in the summer. It is a like vacation romance, but it might be nice to break up all of the spooky and heavy fantasy books I'm putting on my October TBR. I don't know. Like I said, I'm going to kind of prioritize these library books just so I can, get them returned and stuff. But there's a lot of books in my pile right now. This is following two writers that are having trouble writing, and I believe they're both on vacation. They're living in neighboring beach houses, and I think they make a deal to write like each other's things that they're working on to try and get out of their creative writer's block, and they end up falling in love or something. I don't know. Sounds kind of cute, and I'm probably going to need something like this. Then just the other day, I was able to get 2 more spooky books from my library. I got Mexican Gothic by Silvia Moreno Garcia. This has the Canadian sticker. I did not know. Is she a Canadian author? She lives in Vancouver, British Columbia. How interesting. I did not know that. This is a spooky horror book, like light horror. Is that right? We're following a character who goes to save her sister. No, her cousin, who's saying like weird things are happening. And people have said that there are some gross scenes in here, so I don't know how I'm going to feel about this, but I think this is the perfect time of year to pick it up. And then lastly, I've gotten this from the library before and just wasn't able to get to it before it was due. This is the Southern Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires by Grady Hendrix. And again, this is kind of horror. And again, the perfect time of year for this, but I have been waiting for it for a while. So this book is set in the 90s. You're following 90s housewives who have a book club, and then a neighbor moves in and they are sure he's a vampire, and not like an Edward Cullen's like hot vampire, but like a really scary vampire. All right, now we're on to the stack of books that I pulled off of my own shelves, my owned TBR, which I wanted to reduce my owned, like my physical TBR this year as well. But if I keep prioritizing library books and keep requesting holds for library books, that's never going to happen. So I pulled 3 thriller type books off my shelves. I have Big Little Lies by Leanne Moriarty. I had wanted to get to this in like August, September. Like it's a light thriller, like not scary, but I don't know. I think I will really enjoy this. I've never watched the show. I've had this book on my shelves for a million years, and I just never got to it. I don't even really know the premise, and I don't like reading the backs of thriller type books because I feel like sometimes they spoil you. And then I have 2 like classic, not like technically a classic, but I feel like everyone's read them. They've been out for a long time and I haven't read either of them. And that is Gone Girl and The Girl on the Train. The Girl on the Train is by Paula Hawkins and Gone Girl is by Gillian Flynn. I've owned both of these for a long time and haven't read either of them, and I didn't watch the movie for either of them either. So maybe that could be like a fun theme, like to read older thriller type books and then watch the adaptations as well. These 2 are movies. This one has a TV show. That could be fun. And then once again, circling back, I did not structure this in a very smart way, did I? Circling back to my series goal, I have 3 here. So I have The Well of Ascension by Brandon Sanderson. I read The Final Empire in August and gave it 5 stars, loved it so much, and I recently got in The Well of Ascension. This is another chunky guy, but I'm really anticipating reading this and I think I'm going to love it. I finally pulled off Crooked Kingdom by Leigh Bardugo off my shelves. Why don't I just finish, especially duologies? Like, it would be so easy for me to then cross that series off as done on my huge list, which I can link up the series I need to finish video that I posted. I really liked Six of Crows more than the Shadow and Bone trilogy, and it ended off on a cliffhanger. And I own Crooked Kingdom. Like, why can't I finish it? I hate that this isn't like an actual sticker, but like Netflix just got that right on there, didn't they? So I'm looking forward to getting to this. And then lastly, a series I had wanted to start in September, but again, couldn't fit it on my TBR. And also I have no business in starting another series when I'm in the middle of 19. That's the 5th season by N.K. Jemisin. My mom has lent me the full trilogy. I think this is a great fall sci fantasy series to get into. It's a fantasy series that definitely has heavy sci-fi elements, I am told. And I am really looking forward to seeing if N.K. Jemisin is for me. I feel like her writing is distinct. I have not read any of her books, but people either seem to love it or like her ideas, but not get on with her writing style. So I'm interested to even find out, like, what does that mean? I think her ideas for her series sound really cool. I know of 3 series, right? So this is the Broken Earth trilogy. There's the Inheritance trilogy, right? And then the one with like the city we became. I don't know. This is the one I want to start with and the one that I have on my shelves. So there we have it. Hey guys, sorry, I just am popping on. It's much later. My makeup is wearing off. We had lunch. I'm realizing my lipstick is a complete disaster, but I got distracted with my kitchen things like my countertop and stuff being delivered, and I forgot to let you guys know about the audiobooks and ebooks. So I'm currently listening to Layer of Dreams by Libba Bray, the second in the Diviners series, which is a YA paranormal spooky vibe set in the 1920s or so, I believe. And the audiobooks for that series seem to be incredible. At least the first 2 are. And I'm currently 8 hours into the audiobook out of 20. And then after that, the audiobook I'm going to get is The Vanishing Stair by Maureen Johnson, which is a YA mystery trilogy. Again, going with the same theme of series, and both have great audiobooks. So I like to have one on the go lately while I do my makeup, while I shower. If the kids are quiet and I'm doing dishes, I can't go through audiobooks as fast as others, but I'm trying to incorporate them more into my reading. And then I also have an ebook on hold with the library. I don't have access to it yet. It's for the Chamber of Secret Books book club that my friend Rebecca wanted me to participate in. It's brand new on TikTok through Fable. I don't know. I don't follow the girl that started it, or I hadn't until my friend Rebecca wanted me to. And so I have, it happened one summer on hold from the library. I'll pop in the, I'm so distracted. The cover so you can see the author, because I can't even think of it right now. Like everything is just, it's just a lot. So I have 2 audiobooks and an ebook to read this month as well. Jeez Louise. Back to the regular video. Wow, that was a lot of books. There's literally 0 chance I can read all of them, so I would love to hear your feedback in the comments down below. What should I prioritize? What should I pick up first? Do you want to do any buddy reads or just chat about any of these books together? I think that could be a lot of fun. Keep your eye out for a lot of bookish content coming your way. I have 2 reading vlogs filmed and a book haul just waiting for me to edit them and put them up. They were filmed quite a while ago, but obviously the October TBR needs to go up like ASAP. I'm overwhelmed looking at this large pile of books in front of me. My kitchen's being delivered. That's perfect timing because I'm needing to close out this video. Chat with me in the comments down below. Give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.